So talking about characters with great expectations, we have Pip, who's the protagonist. Joe, his sister's husband, is also a helper. Miss Havisham is the antagonist. Estella is sort of an antagonist, but she is just kind of a tool used. And Magwitch, he's kind of in between, but he ends up helping Pip. So going through, we have the first chapter where Pip first meets the convict, and he's crying in front of his parents' tombstone, and then all of a sudden he's surprised by convict, Magwitch. You don't find out until later that Magwitch is his name, but he asks him to do a favor, and he needs some food, and he also needs a file to get the leg irons off of his legs, because he is a convict. So Pip decides that he'll go and run back to his house and try and find some whittles or some food for Magwitch. He ends up stealing some brandy and replacing it with tar water from his family's house.
What can I do for you?
Mr. and Mrs. Joe Gargery. His sister is Mrs. Joe Gargery.
I don't have enough money.
So he gets some food, he steals a little bit of bread and a pork pie, and takes
Need
the
help?
brandy.
For the Alliance.
Good day to you.
Let's see. There's his brandy. There's a little bit of pork pie. He had to take it from his house.
Safe
He didn't buy it. And then he had to go find the file from the smith. So once they got everything together, he brought it back to Magwitch, who was not really all that grateful. He took everything, he got the file, he eventually sawed off his leg irons and leaves. And so we don't hear from the convict again until around chapter 3, when the second convict comes into the story. So Pip is off and he's going to go visit Joe. Talking to Joe, and Joe breaks the bad news. He eventually finds out that he has to go visit Miss Havisham. So here they're meeting and telling him the bad news. Pip does not want to go. So the crazy lady, is it Miss Havisham or is it Mrs. Joe Gargery? They're both very grumpy characters. So Pip decides, well, it's what's best, so he's going to head over there, trying to find the house. Someone escorts him all the way there after a few detours. And he finally finds the house. He knocks on the door and he sees, ta-da, Miss Havisham. She has a broken heart, and so she wants Pip's heart to be broken as well. Clearly the antagonist of the story. So Pip finally arrives at the house, and he sees what Estella is like. She's very rude. She teases him for being a commoner, for being having dirty, gritty hands like a blacksmith, and wearing common clothes. So she laughs at him and makes him feel terrible. So although his heart doesn't break right now, he feels really awful about himself. After Pip leaves, Estella goes off to Europe, and we don't hear from her again for a long time. And that's a summary of our 3 chapters that we've read so far. For this video, I wanted to thank a person on World of Warcraft. His name was Jerome, and he was kind enough to help me move all these characters around. And it would be very difficult to do that without him. So special thanks to him, and thanks for watching.